All right.
Beautiful music.
Hey. Gentlemen, welcome to Fake Wizards News, our Wednesday night show. I'm the Real Life Fake Wizard. This is the most professional stream on the internet. And we do have some celebrating to do today. I'm going to play that again. Let's play the other one. Yeah.
Oh,
we got some celebrating to do. Because 15 minutes before we went live, I got the notification our channel's monetized. We are now monetized on YouTube. Our spin-off channel here is officially legitimized with YouTube. That's cool. We are multicasting. We are streaming in a couple of places though. For those of you watching us in other parts of the internet, we'll still keep streaming into other places. I'm joined today with a panel here. Tom the Wizard Man and 30 NSG. Gentlemen, how we doing tonight?
Doing great.
We are Bing chilling.
We're ice cream.
We are ice cream. We are ice cream.
Oh, what type of ice cream? Is it like
what type?
Vanilla, or is it like?
Oh, I'm feeling.
Like, what are you feeling
today? I'm feeling today's a rocky road type of day. I'm feeling today's a nice rocky road type of day because we got a lot of news to cover. We got a lot to get into. But starting in, I see we have some supers. So
we got to go to the people.
We got to go to the people.
We're going back to the people.
So
people
let's starting off.
What do people have to say?
The quote unquote hypnotic for a twofer. First,
which is funny.
He's not the first though.
He's not the first. No,
he's not the first. But
he's not the first. He wanted to be first, but I think you got a little felted there, buddy, because we had Kel JC for a twofer saying helping you buy more Switch 2s to scalp, and that was technically first before we went live. So as we're live, Hypno would be the first if we're live. Just saying that, but appreciate you guys out there. Helping you buy more Switch 2s to scalp. I'm not scalping, and but I am excited to talk about the Switch 2, and we've got a good panel here to get into it because there's been a lot of news there, a lot of stuff going on, and I see Hypno's a little upset out there. He says F this, I quit. I'm charging back. No, don't do that. We just got monetized. Well, like 20 minutes ago, we got monetization turned on.
Just put a star in chat and say second. That's all you had to do.
The idea of us like getting it rescinded because of a $2 return.
Knowing this YouTube, that's very much possible. Like that's very much a reality with the current era of YouTube. But thank you for that. Bros Pros 6327 for a 5-banger says, first super chat, just wanted to put this very important question out there. Does Nintendo know what the oranges are for? Whoa, buddy.
Whoa, buddy.
Oh, we need a triangle, dude. We need the triangle.
I have a triangle. I just don't know where it is. It's very upsetting.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find
that. You have a triangle? Were you in band and you played the triangle? No one has a triangle just laying around.
I think it was given to, like, our parents got it at some point when we were kids.
Yes, and I remember stumbling upon it in like a random box one time, and I was like,
very random.
It was like Link opening up a chest and finding like, a triangle.
Light was shining down on it, and you're like,
oh yeah.
It's gold.
We will find the triangle at some point. Do not worry, folks. We will find it. But I don't know if Nintendo does know what the oranges are for.
Yeah, 30. Do you know what the deal is with the oranges? Have you heard about this?
I'm assuming you're talking about the quarreling with the oranges, correct? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What a mess.
I don't even follow that stuff, and I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
False flagging is bad. Stealing content is bad. I can't believe we have to say that. Isn't that crazy? We have to talk about, like, hey, False flagging channels is a terrible thing to do. Stealing people's content is a terrible thing to do. We used to just make fun of like clippers that would like steal content, and now it's like, hey, like some of these like bigger channels just totally outright steal content. That's pretty messed up. Shout out to the Kino Casino. They said nice things about me on their show. I appreciate that. Those guys going to bed, falling asleep and having their show on in the background and then being obnoxiously woken up at 7 in the morning because some guy's banging on the triangle screaming, "Whoa, buddy." That's great.
I'll tell you what, I didn't know anything about them until this whole. So thanks, I guess, Quarterling for flagging them, because otherwise I wouldn't have found them.
Absolute Streisand effect for them, which massive congratulations. They were the number one. I think this was like Monday night, so it's Wednesday today. Yes. But Monday night on Kick, they were the number one show on Kick. They were beating XQC. They were beating Clavicular. They had they peaked over 17,000 viewers.
Wow,
that's how big this. 11 hours.
11 hours.
11 hours. You guys need to get a triangle. You guys need to get a triangle.
We need to get a triangle. I gotta find that triangle.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But then we're stealing it. But anyway, yes. Thank you for this. Brain Clips 187 drops a 10, says nothing. Shout out to you. Thank you for that. D Draconic for a 2 says, congrats, Wizard and crew, on getting monetized. Thank you, D Draconic. Thank you for the 2. It's kind of you. And then Rengav for a 20 banger says, good evening, gentlemen. Honestly, I do think Nintendo waited as long as they could. Clearly, they are not selling as many consoles, and the shareholders want them to do something they know will end badly, raising the price. We're going to talk about it. I think we got a lot of aspects to bring. We got a lot of points to bring to the table to discuss. Certainly the shareholders have a big problem there. And I'm going to take Wizards videos and re-upload them as reparations.
He wants his $2. I want my $2.
Good luck. That's YouTube. I got you $1. On YouTube views, it's hard. It's hard making anything on YouTube views. So good luck. Okay, ukulele. Okay, we are not we're not using the ukulele, because that has like negative connotations to it too. Like the ukulele's been using, has been used. The triangle has been used. I think, Tom, we need to get you a trombone.
Kazoo. Kazoo.
You kazoo.
Yeah.
Wait, no, you have a kazoo on command,
or maybe a didgeridoo. Do you have a didgeridoo?
Hold on, It's
if he pulls out a kazoo just out of nowhere,
out of the sky, Tom. Oh my!
Look at this. Unbelievable. That's not planned, chat. That was not planned in any way, shape, or form.
He's got a kazoo, dude. That's our show. This is
this is the most professional stream on the internet. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, Ma, we did it. We made it. We're playing the kazoo on a YouTube live stream. I'm dressed like a wizard
because I didn't think anyone would have a kazoo, and here it is.
Oh, surprise, surprise! All right, guys. We're here. We got the stream ahead of us. We got a lot of topics we got to talk about. Tom, take us over take us to the news.
To the news.
Okay. Yep.
Nintendo confirms it has under wraps Switch 2 games due later this year as share price drops following console price hike. We will provide details at the appropriate time.
Yeah. So this was last Friday. This was the shareholders meeting where Nintendo dropped the bomb of, hey, we're not hitting our expectations. And we had heard a couple of days prior to that shareholders were pressuring Nintendo into raising prices on the Switch 2 because allegedly the Switch 2 is not a profitable console, which is insane to me, because just a couple of days or just right around when the Switch 2 launched, they made this. Everybody that was defending the Switch 2 and its price point were screaming that, oh, Nintendo only ever sells consoles for profit. They never sell for less than profit. Well, apparently, somewhere along the lines, that's just not true. And now they're finally raising the prices. 30, what's your initial take on what's going on here?
You run a clean channel here. The first thing I can't say. Second thing that I want to say is that Nintendo literally says it's the fastest selling console. No other console, not just their console, no other console has sold this many units as fast as they have. They are at, don't quote me, I think it's 51 or 57% above like the most profitable. There was an article a couple weeks ago talking about how there's a down in the United States where they were 32%, below whatever. But as the total sales, they're like 51 or 57% higher. So for them to say it's not profitable, like who are they kidding? Right? You guys talked like 2 weeks ago, I think, when I was just happened to be in the chat. They sold 17 million units, and Mario Kart has 14 million of the 17, like as a sell rate on their consoles, right? Like it's insane the amount of things that Nintendo has. Remember, Nintendo sold you guys cardboard and people bought it. Look, they're at 19 million now.
So this is as of, we got the reporting for March 31st. It was 17 million back in New Year's Eve of 25, and now we know that they sold just about nearly 3-ish million. In that 3-month span. Part of that was Pokemon Pokopia for sure, right? That was a big time system seller, we know. But now it's like, how are you simultaneously the fastest growing or the fastest selling console, and at the same time we're not hitting expectations internally? Something is wrong here. It feels like something is a little disingenuous. There's something wrong afoot, right? But I think people are going to say that, oh, well, it has to do with the profit margin on the individual console, right? The individual console doesn't make it's not breaking even because of the AI prices, because of fuel costs, because of current economic conditions. Yeah, the tariff, even though they're going to get their money back on the tariffs. So raising all the prices on the stuff, and those prices aren't going down. It's $100 for the Switch 2 Joy-Cons. Those prices aren't going down. Prices are only ever going up. Regardless of what they're telling us, it turns out it all goes back to shareholders. This whole thing goes back to shareholders pressuring these companies to raise prices. Shareholders and these investment bankers are the dumbest people on the planet.
Sure are.
They're the worst, because that's where we had been talking about for probably since February. There had been articles and news publications putting out the Price 2's price is going to go, the Switch 2's price is going to go up. Originally, it was because of the chips. There was the hard drive shortages. There was all of these other facets. It was going to be a hardware thing. It was going to be this thing. And then what it ended up being was, they were pressured by their shareholders to increase the prices. And that was the article we covered. And then it was literally within hours, within like 2 days, that they then went, hey, we're increasing the prices of the Switch 2s.
I just looked it up, right? It says the company recorded a net profit of 424.06 billion yen, which is 2.7 billion for the fiscal year ending in March 2026, a 52.1% increase from the previous year. And yet they're going to tell you that we just got to keep the lights on. We just barely making it by.
Yeah. Nintendo over here. Please, sir, can you share a coin?
Yeah, please. May I have some more? Yeah.
It's okay. The games are only $80. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a king's ransom.
Yeah. Well, here's the best part. They're not raising the prices, though, until September. That's nice of them, right? That's so nice of Nintendo, because they want to FOMO you through the summer. Hence why the article says Nintendo confirms it has under wraps Switch 2 games due later this year, which just so happens when they're going to raise the price. So get them while they're cheap.
Yeah. This is nearly diabolical. I do think, though, I do think because their sales numbers are lower this year, there is an argument to be made that they know that there's a problem there, that maybe they didn't want to raise prices right now. Maybe they wanted to keep them a little, lower, $450
Right.
lower. Because like they're not flying off the shelves. You can go to any store, any game
Absolutely.
store, Target, Walmart, Best Buy. They're going to have Switch 2s, give or take 1 or 2, maybe even 5. I've seen photos even just within the last couple of weeks where there's 5 of them sitting on the shelf. So they're not flying off the shelf. They're not. It was the fastest selling console. Sure, now it's slowing down considerably. The Nintendo fans got in. Christmas happened. Christmas wasn't as big a blockbuster as they thought it was going to be. And even now, people, the rest of the people aren't flying to get these consoles. So they might have kept the prices lower to incentivize people to buy in. But, Tom, do you have that article for the next bundle that they're putting out?
I do, yes, I do. You want me to pull that up?
Can we switch over to that? Because
Yeah, sure.
I think it's really interesting. The circumstance that we're looking at now, where they're going to, because the Mario Kart bundle is gone. And so now we've got Nintendo Switch 2, Choose Your Game bundle launches this summer. They're literally launching it with Mario Kart or Donkey Kong or Pokopia. And it'll be $500.
It's 500.
Yeah,
okay.
it's 500. So,
And
Well,
and,
you're just
and
getting the
mind
game
you,
for
this
free
is
then.
also, but
yeah.
also these are all digital versions. You're not getting the physical cartridge of it. It is the digital version of it too. It's just you get the, which I'm curious about. Is it, is this you get it through Nintendo, or is this available through other, sellers? Can you get this from Target? Can you get this from GameStop or Walmart?
It will probably be a card within the box itself, and then you have to redeem it through Nintendo. I would assume.
So funny enough, it's when you turn on the console, as soon as
It
you
just
sign
it
in,
just prompts it.
it prompts it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
for you to
so it's in the
redeem.
box. It's not through the actual stores like Target or Walmart.
Right. Yeah, it's inside the system itself. So I mean that's what it's going to be. So you get it now.
It just
You
pops up, and you have to sweat. Which one do you want? And it has a timer. It has a timer on it. Which one do you want to pick?
It's a download code that can be redeemed for a digital version of one select game.
Right, but that's what they said. They said that about the Mario Kart. They said that about Pokemon. But the reality is when you turn on the game, when you turn on the console, it lets you choose your game. So that's just how they're reporting it. It's a download code. It is, but it's not really a code. It's a little different. But okay. So this is where we're at now. The prices are going up. We've got a Star Fox on the way. We've got a Yoshi game in a couple weeks. Are we 30? You running to the store? You gonna go get your Switch 2?
Well, fortunately for us, Santa Claus brought one for my son, so
okay.
We don't have to run to the store and to get anything.
Have you guys been playing it?
Haven't touched it.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't. The only time I've touched it is when my son asked me to play like Mario Kart with him. Other than that, I haven't touched it.
Okay. All right. Are you gonna get Star Fox?
No. I asked
What,
him, and he said no. He doesn't. He doesn't like it.
The animals don't do it for you. The animal versions don't.
Yeah. The what was that when they taxidermy? Like that's what Star Fox looks like. He looks like a taxidermy. Like they killed him, stuffed him, and then they made him the main character of the game.
See, okay, here's what I do not understand. This article is all about them saying like, "Hey guys, don't worry. We know we're increasing the prices of the Switch 2, but games are coming." Why would you announce the price raise before you actually announce the games? One of the common criticisms that we've heard about why people are hesitant to buy a Switch 2 is because they think there are no games on it. So you putting out this blanket statement of, guys, the games are coming, don't worry, is a little, I don't know, it's a little underwhelming. There has been leaks and there has been speculation that Nintendo is waiting for June to do their main big direct, and that's when they're going to announce all of the new games. That's when they're going to do all of this. part of there was a leak online that it was going to be we're getting the Star Fox remaster, which was what they announced, where it's the Star Fox. But then apparently we're also supposed to be getting a new Star Fox game set. Whether that's going to be like the same version, it's supposed to be like a more of adventure game. There was the claim that that was going to happen, and then the third game was going to be a full down remake of Ocarina of Time. So why would you I feel like if they wanted to do this, they needed to say, hey guys, the June Direct is happening on this day. Games are coming. This is the day for the Direct. Like, there's so many ways that they have announced this, and it's weird. It's disjointed. It's not usually what they do. And I don't understand. Do you feel like this decision of, okay, we raise prices, do you think this is almost a... Do you think they had this planned, or is this them improvising of, okay, we got to try to shake things up because shareholders aren't happy?
This is a desperation move. If we take a look here, I'm going to switch this over. Nintendo is in free fall right now. This is not good. We have lost nearly 21% in the past 5 years, which is crazy for a company that just had their fastest selling console. Now, of course, if you were talking to any economist here, they're going to say, well, it has to do with the AI. It has to do with computer parts and the availability to produce these things. And, it has to do with the fuel problems that are going on overseas. Like, it has to do with the economics of the world are impacting this. Yet at the same time, Nintendo is extraordinarily profitable.
Yes.
Which leads me to then speculate the opinions of a fake wizard and not an economist, so this is not financial advice, is that there is some kind of, I think, a takeover happening. I think there is investment bankers that are getting involved here. They are reducing the value of it, not to take over the whole company. They're not trying to do a whole complete takeover, like a merger like we see with Warner Brothers and Paramount, but definitely to gain some kind of complete control over Nintendo, some kind of influence over this company, because there is no reason, realistically speaking, for the company to be underperforming in the way that they are. They're selling millions of units of consoles. They're selling millions of games. People want Switch 2s. They just may not get them because they can't afford them. That's not necessarily the company's fault per se, right?
I see it a little bit differently. Almost the same as you, but a little different. Where I think consoles itself have been going down since 2008. Right? Everyone always says, "Oh, more people are buying consoles." No, more people are not buying consoles because Tom, how many consoles do you own? Do you own a PlayStation, an Xbox, and a Nintendo? Do you own two of the three?
I own a Switch. I don't own an
own
Xbox.
A Switch. Okay, so you didn't buy the last Xbox, or you didn't buy the last PlayStation at all. You have a PC, right? You play games on PC.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so you have two systems, right? You have two ways to play video games, right? Wizard, do you have how many consoles do you have? Do you have one of each? Do you have
I have almost everything.
Okay.
I have almost everything.
Same for me, right? This is the first PlayStation I didn't get this generation, right? But I've had every single console known to man. So there's only 250 million people that are buying Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox total, right? So now obviously Xbox is out of this conversation because they only have 28 million console sales and they have like 35 million Game Pass people, right? Where Sony's got 93.2 million people that own a PlayStation, and now you have 155 million Switches out there, and now you have almost 20 million Switch 2s out there. Okay, well, obviously the people that own a Switch 1 got a Switch 2. And the people that own Nintendo either own an Xbox or a PlayStation, or they have a PC. So there's like multiple overlaps happening here. So when companies get to a saturation point, they have to start charging more for the same thing they've been selling to the people that are loyal to them. So they keep raising the price, they keep raising the peripherals, they keep raising the games, because yes, they're more profitable, but they have less people going to buy their stuff. Same with movie theaters, right? Movie theater prices are going up, less people are going to theaters to actually see movies. And they still they're like, oh, it's so profitable, but it's not, right? So that's where all these companies are. They're Nintendo and PlayStation. Again, this is just my viewpoint. I'm not saying this is actually happening, but I know a lot of people will be like, I love the plastic box. So Sony and Nintendo are in this weird situation right now because everything's going digital. Everything's becoming cross-platform. More people are getting PCs and stuff. And if Steam comes in, makes a disruption, if Amazon happens to throw their hat in the ring down the road, Xbox is now a PC itself, games start going this direction, and they're just stuck with the 250 million people and less, actually, than that. And so how do they make more money? They have to start raising the prices for their console. They have to start raising the prices for their online. They have to start raising the prices for their games.
Which is so, like, it's the supply and demand of it all.
Yeah,
doesn't exist in these economic times. Like, it just, supply and demand really feels like it just doesn't exist, because you've got, like, if switching back over to the numbers here, like, you're still moving nearly 4.5 million Donkey Kongs. You're moving, and this isn't even all of it, right? This is right. Nearly 4 million Switch 2s of ZA, which actually hasn't gone up very much. So that means people stopped buying it, which is another point to be made, that people bought it when it released and then they stopped buying it. Kirby hasn't gone up very much, and then Pocopia sold 2.4. So I mean, we know this number went up. I don't know why they haven't corrected this here, because we know this is closer to 4 million units.
Officially,
so
they haven't said anything.
No, Nintendo did. That's Nintendo put out the number. It's like 4.04 million, okay. And I guess they haven't they did update this because they added this onto this. Well, there's got to be a reason for why.
This is specifically of March 31st, so I think by now it's at 4 million, but by the end of March it was at there. Yeah,
that's why. That's got to be it. But this is if we look at the Switch, right? It was an accessible price point, and because of that. And you had over a decade of Switch 1 lifetime. Yeah, you got 70 million Mario Kart 8s. You had nearly 50 million Animal Crossings. Thanks.
That's almost half of every Switch that's out there. They have it. That's
exactly
crazy.
Yes. Yeah. Which then also contributes to the idea. And this is something we've said it on the show before, but like it really contributes to the idea that they packaged Mario Kart World. They announced it. They shipped this. Terribly they marketed this, because Doug Bowser came out and said, oh, well, we believe in variable pricing. We believe in the, we're going to charge what we think it's worth for that for that product. If you had just said, this is Mario Kart World and that's it, I wouldn't have made as many videos.
That's true.
Because you could have positioned this like, hey everybody, Mario Kart is the biggest game that will be on this console. We know that statistically, because we look at the Switch, we look at the Wii U. This is their biggest game on the Wii U. We look at the 3DS. Mario Kart's the biggest game on the 3DS. So statistically speaking, this is the biggest game. We're going to charge the most money. But unfortunately, they poisoned the well, because now everybody thinks that games are $80. When you think of Switch 2, you think $80 games. We talked about it. I still do. I look at, the prices are going up on the Switch 2. Oh, so now we get the Switch 2. Okay, and what happens when they move games up to $80 again, which is what they all want to do?
Bank of America wants it to happen. Everybody wants $80 games to happen. $80, that's the best price point. Really quickly, just to interject here, Peace with War for a 50. A big howdy to you, Wizard.
Let's go, dude.
That requires.
Yeah. There you go.
Just get one guy clapping.
Just yeah.
$50.
Thank you. Here he goes.
That's huge.
Huge. No, seriously, thank you for that. A big howdy to you, Wizard. A big howdy to you as well. I tip my Wizard hat to you. Wizard's clapping sound is lower than the claps at a funeral home. It's bad, man. Most professional streamer on the internet.
Most professional stream.
At least I know. At least I know about what the oranges were for, but I won't tell anybody. All right. So we look at this stuff and the stock price collapsing. console prices are going up. I think that to some capacity, I mean, we're battling with the internal idea of getting it, simply because we know we've got Star Fox on the way, which looks very good. Whether you like the whether you like the new character designs or not, like Star Fox looks like it's going to be really fun. Then you've got the Fire Emblem game coming out. Now, that's like one of my favorite franchises ever. So I would like to play that. That's my big one. And if they're going to be raising the console price, I might as well get in before. See, that's where it works on somebody like me.
They got you.
Somebody like me now has to consider, like, well, there is games out there that I do want to play, and I don't want to pay $50 more later for nothing. See, that's it. There's nothing new. I did that in a video. I said that in a video. You go to the store, you look in Target, and you're going to see the Switch 2 sitting on the shelf. Now imagine it's $50 more, but it's the same box on the shelf. You could go out and come back, and they raise the price. The box, it still has the same dust on it from when you were looking at it last.
Hasn't left the shelf. Didn't get shipped back in overseas. It's the same one that was there on Monday to Tuesday.
I think there's something to be said about that. That's kind of insane.
And this is also while the whole battery debacle is going on, where there was the lawsuit where they were going, hey, you shift this knowing it has a faulty battery issue. So technically you're paying $50 for the system that doesn't have that will likely be getting a V2 with a fixed battery. I remember thinking about it, and usually, all right, it's the first year of the Switch 2. Usually, I may be wrong, but I'm trying to remember when they did the Switch Lite. And all I could think is that now you have the Switch 2, you're going to raise the prices. That means we're looking at a Switch Lite coming out for another 2 years, maybe another full year after that, because they're not gonna. Could you imagine? Hey, we just raised prices, and if we do the FOMO, buy it now, and now we're releasing the smaller version, the handheld version that is going to be cheaper, or is it going to be cheaper?
It'll be the same
Switch
price. It'll be the price of what the Switch 2 now, basically.
Yeah,
right?
so it's going to be, hey, here's $450 for the only handheld version. You can't dock it. It's. I don't know what they're really thinking here, but I think in the long run, I don't think it's going to be helpful. It makes me think that with the whole announcement of, we have games under wraps, they're coming. The games are coming. They're going to have to. They're going to have a one final announcement on their June Direct of a Smash Brothers or something or a 3D Mario. Something that people are like, that's why I buy the Nintendo. That's why I buy a Switch. That's why I buy this. I will get it now for this. They're going to have something big, because if not, it's just going to be the same trend as is now, but even lower, because people are not going to want to spend $500.
Yeah, this was something you said, the battery issue. So this was a story that came out. Get out of here, ad. So this was March of this year, and the story was Nintendo Switch 2 could soon let users replace their own battery. So this had to do with the EU. So in the EU, they were coming down on Nintendo for shipping something knowing that it was going to have a faulty battery. And so now there's the possibility of, and we don't have confirmation just yet, there is now the possibility of Nintendo shipping a Switch 2 version with a replaceable battery. That's kind of nuts, because the battery inside is so terrible, it doesn't last for very long. It's defective. And so now there's could you imagine now buying the Switch 2 and then there's going to be battery replacement edition sooner? Like that could be maybe the end of this year. It could be next year. And to Tom's point, it might be a long time before we see a Switch 2 Lite. And realistically, that's where this console should be. We need a Switch 2 Lite. You need a better price point on the Switch 2. You keep if you shipped a Switch 2 Lite and it's the same size as the Switch Lite and it doesn't need the bigger display, if you shipped the Switch 2 that was the same size as the original Switch, people would buy it because you could charge less for it.
Yep. But Nintendo, all they had to do was nothing, right? They didn't have to raise the price like Xbox and PlayStation. All they had to do was just stay where they were. And people would have been like, just show us the games. Just show us the games that you had for this summer. And you would have sold more consoles. But now people are like, 50 extra. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, as people would say, well, it's only 10 extra Starbucks coffees or whatever they say to make it.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Ugh.
But it's like $50 when people look at when they're looking at something. This is not an instant buy. $350 instant buy, right? You don't even think about it as a guy playing computers or anything electronics. You're like $250, $350. Your cash. You take my money. But then it starts to get to 400. You're like, okay, what's the value? What's the value for 400? What am I getting? Right. That's why more people bought the bundle with Mario Kart than they did non. And that's why Nintendo was like, we got to get rid of these bundles because they're buying just that. We're losing an extra $30 off of this game that we're only getting 50 for it instead of 80. Right. So this is why they stopped bundling that during Christmas time or right after, right? During that time. So they just had to do nothing. These investors are so stupid. They're like, how do we make more money? Well, we could just charge more money, or
we crash the stock,
right? Or you do nothing and let people just go, wow, Xbox and PlayStation raise their prices. Look at Nintendo. Good old Nintendo. I call them crazy Uncle Nintendo.
Crazy Uncle Nintendo. They're crazy something, all right. But man, it's gonna be interesting if for some reason we end up getting a Switch 2 for one reason or another. I will do like a proper like review of it. We'll talk about it. I gotta say, I'm tempted, but not in a way of being excited. I'm tempted in a way of now I'm annoyed. You have made this more complicated. You know, I'm already not happy with the decisions that Nintendo has made. And that's the other thing. Some of the games on the Switch 2, we know, are very good. Pokopia, well, whether you played them or not, but like we played Pokopia. What a great time. It was a great game. Great weekend we had playing it. I would like to play that again. But you know, we don't have the console to play it. We did the there's the game share version, like where you could play with it with your Switch 1. It's a nightmare, but you know, we it's not good, but we did good. Like play all the way to credits.
But the enjoyment was there, and you still played it.
Oh,
even though it wasn't. Yeah.
Gosh, man, what
it was animal when something's fun.
That I think, and that was just it. It's like, well, wait a second. These developers are like Nintendo, the partners that Nintendo has. They're onto something. They make good products. They make good games. And it's like, hey, it's just here's a Pokemon game with Animal Crossing mechanics, and it's got a heartfelt story in it. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty fun. That's actually pretty cool because it was Animal Crossing with quests. It's one of the things that Animal Crossing is missing is an incentive to actually do specific things. But you know, and then you look at something like PlayStation. You look at Soros. And it's like, hey, we had a great concept for a game here, and you ruined it by messing up the story, by shipping a terrible story. I don't know if you're familiar with everything going on with the Soros story, but oh my God.
I watched your video. Yeah,
it was. I mean, it's absolutely terrible what they did at the end, like telling that story. And we played it. We played through the whole thing.
It had a great ending. It had a great ending, and then there was the true ending, and it's like, oh god.
Wait, there's an ending and then a true ending?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have to pick choose, or is it like a fake out? Like you think this is the ending? Okay.
Yeah, it's a fake out, and then it. So you finish the game, and it's not good, but it's logical and it makes sense for the story. And then it, you know, plays through the credits, and then it reloads, and you're back in the game, and it's like, there's still more to do. And if you do that, you get the true ending, and that is it recontextualizes the entire game terribly, and I wish they hadn't done that. But all right, we're gonna keep watching this Nintendo stuff. Like I said, if we do end up getting the Switch 2, we will talk about it here at some point. Because we gotta, but you know, Tom, we gotta go back to the people.
Let's get back to the chat. Okay.
All right.
We got Deceptijon YT for a Canadian too. Congrats on the monetization, fellas.
Thank you.
That's a cheers emoji, is it not?
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yes.
Butterbiscuit92 for a 2. Super chats. Woo!
Nice. Thank you. I like the I like the new profile picture you got there. That's new.
It's very fancy.
Appreciate that. Thank you kindly.
Pros 6327 for a 5er. Nintendo charging $500 for the console just to even have the ability to buy $80+ games doesn't make any sense at all. Whoa, buddy.
That's
Lol.
what's crazy. That's what's crazy. It's like we talked about it. It's like turns out it might have only just been one game. And now they went back to the 90s variable pricing where some things are like $50, some things are $60, some things are $80, and the way that they should have announced that in the original announcement. They should have announced that they were going to variable pricing, but they were cowards, and because they were cowards and they didn't get a jump on the truth, they let everybody else run wild with it. Rightfully so, justifiably so. I would do it again. I have no regrets because they didn't tell us anything, but they told the access media. So they gave the $80 price point to the access media before they had the announcement telling us about the console. Absolute cowardice. They deserve all the losses for that. If they had told us, it would have been much easier to process. Now, we still don't have full transparency. We're still trying to figure it out. That's not fair.
Was variable pricing the term that Doug Bowser used? Didn't he use a different phrase? Or was it variable pricing? It was something pricing.
Yeah, I don't think he did say variable pricing. He did use a different term. I don't remember what it was though.
It was one of those things where it was the implication that it's like, okay, you know, it was one of those things where it implied that it's like 70 to 8, like nothing lower than 70. But it's 70 and up. It was one of those things where it's like it's actually worse than variable pricing. But I may be wrong on that. I do remember him saying a different term though. But yeah, I don't know what they're thinking, but we will see. But thank you for the 5. Rangav248 for a $5 million question. Would they have to do this if they launched with the first party Zelda or Mario game instead of Mario Kart? Probably.
I think that's a really good question. I know that Mario fans are dying for a 3D Mario. I know that Zelda fans are dying for a Zelda game. But Mario Kart is going to be the one that sells the most forever. So that's something to keep in mind, right?
I think it comes down to pricing. And that really is it. If it was a first-party Zelda or Mario game and they were also at $80, I don't know. If it was, I think there's so many different variables of like what would have worked versus like what we actually got. I think there's a reality where if Mario Kart World was just $70, it would have been a bigger hit than it is. You know, how many things would have changed if we didn't have that whole $80 debacle? Because then it would have just been, oh, Nintendo's new console's coming out, and they're continuing the trend that all the other studios are doing of $70 games. There wouldn't really be any like controversy as there was around this, because it was like, hey, they're trying to push for games to be $80. We just got to 70. They're trying to bump it up to more. You know, there's so many different variables of like what would have worked. I think if it was first party Zelda, I don't think it would have done as well as first party Mario. I think if it was Mario Odyssey 2, I think it might have been better. But I don't know.
This is a really good question, because now, I have to think about the idea that not only like, okay, what if it was a Mario? What if it was a Zelda? Or what if we had those coming out now? Like, what if we had confirmation? This is why Nintendo, they do things that are the company Nintendo, not the developers, do stupid things. If you made an announcement right now, prices are going up. Star Fox is on the way. Ocarina of Time remake coming this year. We're making a proper announcement later on. Everybody would fly out to go get consoles. But because there's such a variable of we don't know what's on the horizon, and they're trying to keep everything restricted and hidden, and they're waiting for these shareholder shareholder call days, like that becomes part of the problem of when announcements are made. When did we get the Star Fox announcement? Shareholders week.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
So they're holding their announcements in order to encourage the increase in value of the shares, which is annoying.
Which it also didn't do, because when they announced, it was the same week they announced, hey, we're doing the Switch price change, and then you plummeted even further.
Real quick, Tom, I looked it up. Bowser did say, he said, can anticipate that there will be a variable pricing, and we haven't set a benchmark yet. That's what the way he said it.
It was variable pricing, not dynamic. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. Variable pricing.
I remember.
Yeah, man. Great question.
We got Decepticon for another 5. Remember when consoles got cheaper in their lifetime and would be bundled with a great games too? I do. In fact, that's how we got the Switch, not the Switch 2, the Wii U back in whatever year it was. They had a Splatoon and Smash Brothers bundle for the Wii U that was for the holiday release, and that's when we ended up getting it.
Yeah, I miss when consoles were cheaper and we got the value bundle for games, like when they sold over the benchmark and they would like lower the price on the games. The Wii did this. Everybody's like, Nintendo doesn't do that. Yeah, they haven't done it in like 20 years, but they did it for the Wii.
Yeah, because you're buying it full price. Yeah, why would they lower it?
It's crazy. Yeah, shout out.
We got Odd Dog Warrior for a 5. Congrats on the monetization. Will you have memberships on this channel, or will that be for the main channel?
I think we have. We should have memberships here. Firstly, thank you for the super. The memberships we're going to try to move over here, because we could actually do, now that we have just a live channel, we could finally do like members stuff, and it doesn't wreck the algorithm on the videos. So we could finally do member stuff like properly. And I should also say, we've already started preparing for that. We've got some announcements coming in the next couple of weeks for memberships. So they should be active. I got the notice that they were approved. So you might be able to start getting memberships now. I don't see them on my end, but you guys might see them on yours. But yes, more membership stuff is on the way.
Thank you. D Draconic for a 2. It was dynamic pricing, Tom. Well, I think he may have said it otherwise too, but it was variable pricing was the thing that I was thinking of. But thank you for the 2. We got Den Ernest for a 5. Guys, please tell me what kind of message would be in Dune 3/Doomsday. I mean, Hollywood is run by, some government organizations, and I expect the
CIA, the Pentagon.
And I expect the message what?
I think Doomsday is going to be messageless. I think Disney is that desperate. They're willing to burn $1 billion on Doomsday, not so that Doomsday is not intended to be profitable. It is intended to be the ultimate loss leader of loss leaders. They are willing to burn $1 billion to try to salvage what's left of Marvel. And after watching Daredevil season 2 and The Punisher, I'm just not interested. I'm not happy with it. I'm not interested. I mean, we'll watch it. We're going to see it, of course. We're going to talk about it, but I'm really, I don't think so. Dune Part 3, anything's possible.
Well,
anything's possible.
I do not know the Dune stories, but I know that things don't end well for good old Chalamet. But I may be wrong on that. I do not know.
Well, that's a spoiler. I didn't even see the first 2 films. Stop it, Tom.
I may be wrong. I don't remember correctly.
Well,
I don't know any of it. I didn't read the
variable
books.
script wwriting. It's variable script writing.
There's also like a bunch of Dune books. I don't know which one he was talking about.
Wait. Let's resco. Well, I don't really know much about Dune, but here's the ending.
That is
I
ambiguous.
I don't know much about Dune, but I'm gonna ruin the ending for everybody. Damn.
Well, I hear that good old Chalamet ain't gonna be making it out. No, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen the
when
first.
Chalamet
2.
opens up the chocolate factory in Dune 3, that's when it goes off the rails.
All right.
Yeah.
All things considered, I actually loved Wonka. I thought the Wonka movie was awesome.
Oh, it was good. Yeah.
And then D Draconic for a 2. I was wrong. Oh well, no worries.
I would say you were partially right because there are two phrases, variable pricing and dynamic pricing, that get thrown out all the time. So they're almost interchangeable. So you're not really wrong per se.
There's also a chance that Doug Bowser said it elsewhere of saying
Sure.
dynamic instead of variable.
I picked the article from last year, April, or whatever, when he talked about it. So,
yeah. See, spoilers, Tom. Oh, okay. You're complaining about a 41-year-old book being spoiled. I don't care. I don't care about the book. There's 3 movies, and I haven't watched any of them in preparation for going to see the third one. Because they said with Dune, like, it was going to be a trilogy, but it wasn't renewed for the second one wasn't renewed. So they did the first one, and then we didn't know if the second one was going to happen. I'm like, I'm not going to go and get attached to this franchise and watch it burn out or fail or something. I don't trust Warner Brothers like that. So I waited until they're going to get all 3. Now I'll watch them. I'll binge it all.
well, it's good because they've actually been sold twice since the first one. So that's good that you didn't trust them.
I don't trust like that.
I don't trust like that.
I don't trust like that.
All right, and with that, I believe it is time to get back to the news. Capcom just sold more games than in any year in its history. Resident Evil drove Capcom to record results.
Okay. This is we got to get the dates on this. 30. Do you know what the details are going in on this one?
I don't know the exact dates of what they're doing. I'm assuming it's just one fiscal year, a 12-month period. It's not from January to December though. It's like I think it's like midsummer to the probably March through March.
Yeah, it's going to be their fiscal year report. All right, Tom, take us through.
You got it. Resident Evil Requiem helped Capcom sell more games than in any other 12-month period in its history, the company announced in its latest financial results. For the business year ended March 31st, the Japanese publisher achieved its 9th consecutive year of record profits and the highest consolidated sales and operating profits in its history, it said. In total, Capcom sold 59.07 million games during the business year, up from 51.87 million the year prior. Oh, so they are just cranking it out. This figure was driven overwhelmingly by the sale of Resident Evil games. Notably, Resident Evil Requiem, released in February, sold nearly 7 million units by the end of March. That's a lot, especially when we just looked at the Switch numbers. Pokepia, end of March was 2 million. Granted, we know it's at 4, but this is end of February, 7 million. That's from February to March. That's a lot. Capcom said 83.7% of its games sales came from older catalog titles, while a huge 93% of the games it sold were digital downloaded versions. That's another interesting point right there. Looking forward, the company said it anticipate net sales of 210,000 million yen and operating profits of 83,000 million yen, which would result in 10 consecutive years of its record high profit for the company. And then these are some
stats. So now we have Lifetime on the other Resident Evil games, which is pretty cool.
Isn't it nice when they actually share numbers with you because they're proud of their numbers? They share it, but trying to yank it from them when they tell you it's good, but they don't show you numbers.
You mean like Sony does all the time, or
trust us, bro. We sold a lot. Everyone's playing it.
The number's too big to count.
Ghost of Yote is killing it. Soros is killing it. Marathon is killing it. Uh-oh. No, they're not.
Yikes.
Look, the Resident Evil, I know there's a lot of people that loved it. There's a lot of people that didn't like it. I haven't gotten up to it yet. I just kind of started getting back into the Resident Evil games this year. I played the 4 remake, and I really liked it. I had a good time with it. But, I mean, you got Resident Evil. You've got the Monster Hunter last year, which was gigantic. That was that. They made a ton of money on that. Where it is now, it doesn't matter. They still made all those sales. That was still $70 a piece. And this year, then you got Pragmata. They just dropped. which sold at least 2 million units from the last time they made any announcement, which is pretty good considering it's a brand new IP, and it was selling for $60, so it wasn't selling at $70, which I think was so smart because the barrier to entry was so much lower. That $10 is huge when buying a video game. $70 is a lot of money. It's insane. $70 for Soros, $60 for Pragmata. Pragmata is fundamentally the better game. So that's pretty cool. I'll say Capcom has been doing some things that I like what they're doing. I like the direction that they're going in as far as like making good product, and that's delivering. And people are liking it.
They did have that speed bump last year when they had, what was that game called? Exo Primal, I think it was. It was a live service game that bombed really bad for them.
Exo Primal. I feel like I remember this.
It was a co-op. It was a co-op. You're like these like mech suits, and then you're going up against dinosaurs, and then they made it where you can go up against the other team. And it was like a race type of thing.
Yes, and no one. I remember hearing about it, never realized it ever actually came out. It was one of those games. It was fun,
but it was repetitive, and it was their live service game.
Oh wow! Did it shut down?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, you could. Looks like you could still buy it.
Rid of it. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they might have. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting to see how Capcom's playing out, and even with you got something like Resident Evil, which was, I don't want to say controversial. I kind of think that it was my sphere of influence that I was around that was just hating on the game. I thought pretty much everybody liked Requiem, if I'm not mistaken. Like everybody pretty much universally liked Requiem.
I don't think it was controversial. I think it was debated. I think that's it's the thing of it was debated on whether it was good for Resident Evil, because it was people were like, oh, is this a good Resident Evil game versus a good game? It was that line of a debate. It wasn't like, oh, this game has XYZ in it. It was one of those situations.
Yeah, I have no pony in the race. I don't play Resident Evil games. I stopped back in like the GameCube era. So
yeah, I watched the cutscenes for it, which I know you're not really supposed to, but I was like, you know what? Because everybody was hating on the story after the story spoilers came out, and then I ended up like watching it now. And when you're watching it, you're now watching it within context of what it is. You're watching the scenes of it.
I think there was more buzz around it because of the DLSS 5 stuff that came out around when they showed the Requiem than the actual game itself.
The game had a lot of outstanding or adjacent problems to it that didn't necessarily impact the game itself. But like, I kind of liked the story. I didn't hate the story. I liked what they did with it. I think it got overplayed. I think it was a little disingenuous about what the leaks were versus what it actually was. I didn't hate it. I kind of liked it. It was a good like anniversary game. I thought it tied it all together.
I laughed at the comment. Grace has an IQ of 70.
Grace has an IQ. Well, that's possible too.
It also does confirm in here its next business year will include sales of Pragmata, which sold 2 million copies in its opening weeks. So it did have a opening of 2 million, which is pretty big. And it has the upcoming Onimusha Way of the Sword, and then Mega Man is coming out sometime next year too. So you're
a Mega Man. You're a Mega Man man, right?
I like Mega Man. I haven't played. I have not. I didn't. They had a new one, I think, in the last 5 years. I did not play that one, but I remember people saying like, "Oh, this is classic Mega Man. Like this is. I want more of this."
Yeah, I'm old school Mega Man. Talking about like old Nintendo. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think people, that is one of the characters in like the franchises that people do always want more of. And I always remember people are always like, Capcom, can I have more Mega Man games? And it's like, no. We'll get around to it when we feel like it. It's like, okay, whatever you say.
When we need more money.
When we need more money. Now get back in your hole.
Don't worry, they'll raise the price. Nintendo will raise the price $50 more, and then they'll announce a Mega Man to come out.
Surprise, guys!
I am looking forward to the Mega Man. Like, I think that would be pretty cool that they're making more Mega Man games. But yeah, so in a world where Sony has a hard time selling games and being and making money, and Nintendo seems to be having challenges making profit, or so they say,
but not. Yeah,
they're not. I do think it is interesting, right? You've got Sony over here. They've got 95 million PlayStation 5s are out in the wild. That means your top of funnel is 95 million people. And when and people dunk on Sony saying that they don't have any games. And then when they do release a game, it suffers tremendously and doesn't reach expectations. But you look at something like Capcom, and you've got Resident Evil Requiem, which was available on every console, actually. Yep. It was available on everything, including Switch 2s. And it's cleaning up.
Well, look at Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert was going to get money locked with PlayStation back in the day, and they said no. And it went to everywhere, and it sold very, very well for them, right? 5 million, 6 million copies.
This is a case study of exclusivity is dead, is what this Capcom report looks like to me. And that you just got to be reaching people where they are.
I think separately, something that stick out was 93% of the games it sold were digital download versions. And
that's another one.
That's also not specified to like what platform. That is just overall 93% of the games were sold digitally, which goes into the whole art. Like it ties into something that we have talked about on previous streams of that. It's nobody is buying physical anymore. I think when we were covering PlayStation, there was a metric that it was like somewhere in the 80% or more.
Yeah, it's like 80. I think it's like 87, 85, 87%, something like that.
Somewhere between, somewhere within all of that is only digital. PlayStation games are being purchased digitally. No one's getting them physical.
Well, the problem is the companies themselves are not making physical. So obviously, make a problem, sell a solution. The problem is there's not physical. So where are you going to get it? You're going to get it on the digital format. And that's why it's so 93%, because people are like, all right, well, I'll just get it, and they don't want to download it like day one. So they pre-order, they get the pre-order, they get the preload, they get to do all this other stuff before, and it's just more convenient, right? Convenience is a major part of this stuff.
Right. But we've signed away the ability to argue for pricing when everything's digital. We've handed over a little bit more control to them to be able to change, not change as in make fraudulent, but change the way that our numbers matter. It's one step closer to the online only. It's one step closer to the DRMing. It's one step closer to where game sales aren't the metric to determine success, like the Game Pass model. We get to more streaming, which, hey, maybe Sony does that. We don't know what Sony's going to try to do in the future. They're in a pretty interesting spot, a pretty difficult spot right now, where they need to be selling consoles, but they're afraid to launch the PlayStation the PlayStation 6. They still need to keep moving the 5 for maybe 2 more years, which that's going to be rough. Your games aren't moving. They may resort to something like a Game Pass. It's not impossible.
Well, did you see what they're doing for people on PlayStation 4? They're starting to, I don't know if everyone's getting it, but there was a report out there that people that are getting advertisements about if you want to play Grand Theft Auto 6, it's on PlayStation 5, and they're sending that email to people that are on PlayStation 4. Like, so I don't know if that's like, hey, guys, if you want to come over, you're going to have to come over here, because 58% of the people are still on PlayStation 4s.
Wow. So there's 95 million PlayStation 5s out there, but what was that? 84%?
It's 57 or 58% people still haven't moved over from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5.
So we're talking nearly 60% of PlayStation players.
More than half
aren't moving over.
Correct. Yeah.
That's crazy. So that means they're playing the same old games They're not
They're
interested in
playing Grand
Sony's
Theft Auto,
new
Call of
games.
Duty. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what they're playing.
And
Wow.
correct me if I'm wrong. Because earlier within the last couple of months or so, Xbox announced price increases. PlayStation increased price increases. Didn't the PS5 increase again after their initial price increase, or am I misremembering that?
Yeah, it went up to it went up. Xbox went up twice in like 6 months. PlayStation went up twice in a 10-month period of time.
So what is it now? Because it used to be in the 500 range. And
Yeah, it was
then
like
is
five 657, and now it's 659 in certain places. If you're in Canada, it's over 1,000.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
It's not worth it.
But I think this gives us a good chance to talk about something else in gaming. Let me see if I could pull up. There's here. No, that's not it. Hold on. I gotta get the right article. Tom, let me take over here. So there was a new item in gaming shipped this week. It shipped as in it got shipped out. It was I think the pre-order was a week ago, was last week.
Yeah, last
And
Tuesday.
yeah, so
Yes.
here we go. The Steam controller is so close to being the perfect PC gamepad. Valve's second draft is a perfect match for Steam, but don't expect to use it elsewhere. 30, did you get the Steam controller?
I did not. I'm excited for the Steam machine, and supposedly there's two versions, like a 512 without, and then with, and then a 2 terabyte without or with. So I was thinking about just getting the with when I get it, when I get the Steam machine.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second because we got to talk about the Steam machine. But I did get this controller.
Who'd you have to fight for?
And
Did you have to get a scalper in the back alley and
No, I just kept pressing the button to push the order through until eventually it did. Until eventually it worked. I was just like button mashing until it accepted my my credit card and I was able to get through.
So
But
you
yes,
got it you ordered it on Tuesday. When did you get it? Like a day later, 2 days later?
I got it yesterday.
You got it about a week. Okay.
Yeah. So it took about a week. And I gotta admit, like this is a cool controller. This is
Did you drop it yet where it does the Wilhelm scream? Yeah.
I did. Yeah. You got so there's a trick. If you have this controller in Steam's big picture mode and it's connected to your computer and you go and drop it from 3 feet, which is kind of risky because you don't really want to drop this thing. You got to drop it onto pillows, right? You drop it onto your couch. It will do the Wilhelm scream from the controller, and it is real and it does work. And I do like it, but like this, I didn't realize how much I was gonna enjoy using this. It is extremely responsive.
I've never owned a Steam controller, so do you use those pads a lot, or are you using them as a touch pads, or using
the side pads or the front?
No, the front pads. The front pads.
I haven't figured out how to use them yet. I haven't configured this to be used on anything. Actually, I should just go wider screen so I can hold it up. So like I haven't configured these to be like usable on anything yet. Also, unfortunately, like this is why I want to talk about the Steam machine, because I really want the Steam machine because my computer, my work computer, which is also my game computer, which is also my video computer, is not. It's starting to run out of juice, and I will have to replace it eventually. But I need to keep making videos and working, so I can't. I just can't be. Yeah. But yes. So I'm like, oh, the Steam machine is actually perfect for someone like me who wants to do PC gaming. I don't care about having the greatest visuals imaginable. I just want to be able to play my games. And then, they're all isolated to my Steam machine that's hooked up to my PC.
Yep.
Or that's hooked up to my television. So, but yeah, I actually this is actually a really cool remote. And it holds well.
Does it feel like sort of like a Xbox controller, like nice and like better?
It feels like a more ergonomic Xbox controller.
Okay.
Like whereas Xbox controller might bend in a little bit more, it's a little bit more on a V angle. Not real. I mean, I think I'm over exaggerating it there, but this being upright, this being a little bit more.
Do you have a Steam Deck?
Straighter. I don't.
Okay, because I know a lot of people are saying it's like a Steam Deck. It feels like when you're holding the Steam Deck, just take out the screen. You know, it feels good.
Well, it's also like I have the what's that the other one the one that Xbox is with.
The Legion? No, not the Legion. Roku.
Rogue Ally. Yes.
Rogue Ally.
Yeah, I have the Rogue Ally
thing.
Roku City.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Roku is the same.
Yeah, I've got the Rogue Ally from like 2023, and it was like way too expensive. Yeah, mine's a little outdated now. Yeah, so good question here. Are those touchpads on the front? Are they touchpads or are they buttons? They're both. So like they actually work. If this was on, it would be responsive, and you could hear it like kind of buzz a little bit, but otherwise it's just it's off, so it's not doing anything. And I don't want to turn it on because I don't want to interrupt the stream. Like it'll connect and it'll pull Steam up.
I will say it is lighter than you'd think it'd be. I thought it was going to be hefty.
Yeah.
It's
not.
It's not that it's like, like air, but it is light. It's lighter than I imagine it would be. It feels well made.
I have a Switch 1. It's a Switch 1 controller. Look, it's a Switch 1. The Switch 1 controller is heavier than the Steam machine.
Okay.
Yeah. This one is heavier than this one, and this one's bigger. Wow, I'm really terrible at being a hand model. Yeah, this is larger and lighter.
Hey, you're a wizard, okay? You're not a hand model.
No, I'm definitely not a hand model. But yeah, so that was pretty good. But okay. So now let's talk about the Steam machine rumor. So what is the deal with different versions of the Steam machine?
It's just rumored and speculation right now based on the shipment. Someone hacked into the shipment log or whatever, and they saw 4 SKUs. And they said there was like 50 tons of product. That's including their VR headset, their controller, and their actual Steam machine, right? And they say there's 4. Again, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not the official person here, but there's a 512 version, just the console. There's a 512 with the controller bundled. Then there's a 2 terabyte, just the console, and then there's a 2 terabyte with the controller. So they say there's 4 different units. I would assume they would have more of one than the other, and I think they would have more of the 512 units and the 512 with controller than they would have the 2 terabyte and 2 terabyte with controller, because a lot of people that are interested in this want a low price. Now, the price is still up in the air, right? A lot of people are speculating that the 512 obviously will be the cheapest one without the controller. They say it could be around 550, 600, while the 2 terabyte, they're saying like 750, 800, maybe even 900. So
I'm looking forward to very much acquiring this. I want all of it. I want, I got the controller, I want the VR, and I want the machine, because I have VR. Like I stopped playing VR because I have the Quest 2, which is extremely outdated now.
Yep.
And so that means I've lost that. I also learned like there's companies that sell little lenses that you could drop into the console for prescription lenses.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that's a game changer for me, man. Because like right now I have to use an old prescription because I have Velma eyes. I can't see without my glasses. I have an older prescription that is smaller that I would have to put on to put the VR goggles on, because without glasses I can't see the VR. Which is crazy that I need distance lenses to properly see inside of VR. That's nuts. You'd think that the companies would have something to like overcome this problem, but they don't. But there's companies that will sell little prescription lenses that you drop into the VR, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm very interested in this whole setup, because just like you were saying with your because I stream and live stream and play games off of it. It bogs down. It's not the best experience for the people that are watching me play games on my PC, while I'm live. So obviously I play on console more, but this fixes that problem, right? Because I'm saving up because my chat's very generous for super chats and stuff. So I'm saving up for a PC. But now, if this comes out to a good price point, then I would pick up one of these and then just pass it through just like I do my console into my capture card, and then it'll work much better for everyone.
Right.
Here's a question. You have the Steam controller sold out in 30 minutes.
Yep.
Yes.
Do you think that it is going to be? Do you think it's going to be also a 30-minute sellout, or do you think the Steam machine is going to go out in like 15 or 5? Do you think it's going to be like you blinked, you missed it ordeal?
Well, they're doing a reserve thing that they didn't do for the first time for the Steam controller last week. So they're doing a reserve where if you reserve it, then you have 72 hours to claim it, right? So when you hit it, it'll be like purchase, and then it gives you 72 hours to pick, and you get to maybe pick one. It'll probably be one per customer. So you can't be like, I want one of this one and one of that one. It's probably just one per customer. And you have to have an active Steam account. So if you don't have an active Steam account, so it's just kind of stop the scalpers from coming in.
I like that idea. I'm although I'm nervous now that like you're gonna have bot accounts that opt into that registration and they get in first because it's a first come first serve, and the bots can be faster than any human being. But we're gonna try it, and I'm gonna try my best to acquire the Steam machine. Now, I've also heard that if they don't do that, that the best way to overcome buying any hardware on Steam is you got to have your account preloaded with money, which that to me is like, okay, so wait a tick. Let's say this thing is we find out like the week of that it's going to be $700 for the console. So now you're saying if we don't have the registration, that I would have to preload $700 minimum, right, into Steam.
Yeah, that would be scummy.
To be able to then to have a better chance at getting it before it sells out. Like that is gonna suck if that's true. I hope they move forward with the registration, but I really hope they have some kind of bot control.
Are you going to be able to get your money back? Like if I put $700 on my account, I make it into Steam credits. No, that's what it is, right? So it's like, that would be awful.
That would be awful. Yeah. That would be a really bad look because it's a lot of money. Even the people that were like, I know people that put in $100 to get the Steam controller and they didn't get it.
Yeah. See, I think what they said was you have to have an active account, meaning you have to purchase something within the last, and again, in the article I read was like the last like 30 days, right? So if you bought something, then just so they know that you're an active account. So I don't know how it works though. Like if you have a Steam account that's like 15 years old, but you haven't used it in, the last 6 months or the last 15 years, all of a sudden you like log back in. Are you back into the main pool of people that are constantly using it? That doesn't seem right.
Right. Well, we're definitely going to have to keep an eye out on this, but man, I'm excited because there's so many games that I want to play that are either PC or Steam exclusive, or I already own it on PC and I just don't have the ability to play PC games right now, and I really, really want to. So this will be fun. Like this, I'll go back to Windrose. Have you played Windrose?
I got about 70 hours into it. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I want to play it again, but I can't because my computer can't handle it.
What graphics card and stuff do you have? What does your computer have?
My computer's like 3 years old, and it was good for the
9.
time. Yeah. But I don't know if I leave it on too much or if I just don't take care of it well enough. Or
how much RAM do you have? Like, what do you?
That's what's pissing me. I upgraded the RAM. I got 128 RAM.
What's your motherboard and your chip? Like, what do you have? An i5, i7? What do you got?
I think it's an i7.
Yeah, because mine I've upgraded in the last like 2 years. I have a 3060, and then I have 32 gigs of RAM. My Windrose runs fantastic when I'm not streaming. When I'm streaming, it's like watching a still picture show.
I have 12th generation Intel i7.
Okay.
12 core. And I have this is the kind of PC guy I am. I don't even know what I have. Not off the top of my head anyway.
If your Windrose is not running well for you, you got something running in the background. It's like destroying your optimization of it. You gotta.
That's I definitely have that.
Are you
There
watching
is
Wizard?
also-
Are you watching Wizard Corn? You gotta.
No.
Don't use your gaming PC for that stuff.
No. If I did that, then I would have to answer for where the oranges are.
Unfortunately,
I should take a sip there.
there's also the factor that the magical state of where we live has just random power outages for no reason.
Oh,
Sometimes
dude.
it'll be a little too windy, and then boop, all of our rigs are just knocked out. So there's also that factor too. That may have had too many of an effect where it's now being a little sassy when trying to run anything.
Yeah. I just put in the power bank here, like to keep the internet on. I have to get a second one for the computer because having everything blow out at a cough of wind is ridiculous. But that's where we are. All right, Tom, take us back to the chat.
With pleasure. With pleasure. Checking in with you guys. We got Den Ernest 860 for a 2, 70 euros for 10 hours. No thanks, Capcom.
You know what's cool about that, though? Capcom does eventually put their games on sale, and they usually have really good deals. So, like, I got all of the Resident... When it was, like, right before Requiem came out, I think it was the week of, on PlayStation, they had all of the games on sale. You get everything for, like, $80. Everything. So now I have all of them, and I spent $80 because they were, like, $5 here, $10 here. And I was just like, all right, run it through the garden. I'm going to get them all, which is pretty sweet,
Or whenever they do like the Steam holiday sales or just summer sales, usually they are on the list of things that are, super cheap. Like I remember seeing, I think it was the Resident Evil 2 remake for like $10. On one of their one time. Like they do have you could get them at a sale if you wait long enough. If
They
you're
just
not
had
like
one.
that,
There's like 5 Resident Evil games for like I forget what the price was. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's super cheap, and which is awesome because then it's like, all right, yeah, you don't get it now. And I also think most of the Capcom games aren't games where it's like you've got to get it on day one. It's like, yeah, you could wait and get it later, and you'll have a great time when you get it eventually. Like I got Resident Evil 4 remake, and that came out in 23, and I played it at the top of 26.
Yeah,
So
100%.
yes,
but thank you for the 2. We got Death Star for $1.49 super sticker.
That's awesome. Love that.
we're back, man.
I'm annoyed that video doesn't peak, but forbid I speak in a clip, it starts peaking. Thanks, StreamYard. We got Snarky Distinct for a $4.99. Good evening, Wiz and panel. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Snarky. Good to see you here.
We got Butter Biscuit 92 for a 2 for check your VRAM on your graphics card too, Wiz.
I will have to keep checking because it is a problem, but we'll live, man. We're going to do our best. We're going to keep making videos until the brakes fall off this thing. We're going to keep driving.
But that's where the Steam machine is going to come in to help, because then, hey, we don't even have to worry about playing the games on it. That's where the Steam machine goes on. We don't have to worry about anything going on that one.
Big time, yes. Big time, yes.
Because that's where they have... Is Steam Machine going to have their own presets in the same way that it's like, when you buy it for the PS5, it has their specific presets for how it's rendered and everything. Like, it wasn't something we were going to talk about, but you have the new Lego Batman game that's coming out has like ridiculous PC requirements attached to it. How are they going to be doing that on for the Steam Machine? Are they going to have specific presets where it's like, hey, you're good to go, or are they going to have the menu open where you get to mess around with it? How are they approaching that?
Yeah, I was gonna say they have a thing where it's gonna be like sort of like when it's Steam Deck verified, it's gonna be Steam Machine verified. So and then they also have I think I watched Bellier News. He was talking about where Steam is actually going to maybe implement where users can tell you what graphics card and stuff they have, and it'll tell you if it runs. So it's like the people are saying, "Hey, I have this card; it runs really well on this card." So then people can start looking at reviews based on what card they have and help them out that way as well.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay. Maybe I'm showing that I'm a LARPer here for PC gaming, which I am. I mostly play on consoles. Like I play games on the PS5, mostly for convenience because I have a work computer, right? But I look at this chart and I go, what in the actual heck?
It's like like reading Spanish.
No. Like a Lego Batman game.
Oh, with this
is recommended for an i7. It's recommended for 16 gig RAM. Why is this thing so huge? Why is there an SSD required and 50 gig available space to play Lego Batman?
If you don't have the SSD, you're not playing Lego Batman.
Well, I can't play because I don't have Windows 11, so I can't get this game on PC.
Well, maybe that's for the best, because I have Windows 11 and I have a lot of problems. You know, like what are we doing, man? You need it. I remember many years ago working in Staples, and I remember, you know, the manager there, bless her heart. Okay, I remember her saying, "No one needs an i7. No one's ever going to need an i7." And this was the tech department. Okay,
What year
I
was
was
this?
one of the employees. Oh, maybe like 2014, 2013, 2014. And the manager there was like, "Oh, no one's ever going to need an i7. Anybody that comes in here and says they need an i7, they don't need an i7." I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to stop them because if they're buying computers here, I'm going to be honest. At the time, I was very in the know, but this was over 10 years ago. And now it's like an i7 is a recommendation to play Batman." And not a Batman, Lego Batman.
Yeah.
Man, are you getting Lego Batman 30?
I always say this because myself, I'm a 48-year-old man. I love the Lego games. I'm not looking to get this game over another game that's coming out. But if my 11-year-old son wants Batman, then yes, I will get Batman.
Okay.
I love all the Lego games. Honestly, I think they're fantastic games. I own every single one from Indiana Jones to The Hobbit to the Star Wars ones. They're phenomenal games. They're made really well, right? Even the bad one. So, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait to see if this one runs well on console, let alone on my PC.
I think it's going to run great on console. Seriously, I think it's going to run good on console. I think this is, I think this is a Jedi Survivor situation where it's going to have a lot of problems on PCs, but it's going to be okay enough on consoles to be playable. I know Survivor had a lot of problems, but I just want to say the optics of what you just said of like, hey, I'm an adult. If my 11-year-old child wants to play it, we'll get it and we'll play it. And I'm over here like, I'm dressed like a wizard and I'm going to play one for content.
Hey, no hate here. There's no
I feel
no
man
shame here.
Life choices, man.
Well, Wizard, you specifically say like, oh, it's probably gonna run good on consoles, but then I'm always reminded of like almost every single Lego game has massive bugs in it where if you do something a little bit weird, you're gonna have to either restart the level because then it's like, yeah, you have to redo it because now achievements aren't synced for some reason, or oh no, you're in the floor, it doesn't work anymore, or you didn't do something and now the screen's broken. It's like, it's a Lego game.
You know what? That reminds me. Oh man, Lego Harry Potter, the first one, years 1 through 4. Firstly, I loved that game. That was a great game. That was when they didn't talk. There was still no dialogue, so they just made noises.
Yeah, they made the noises.
And it was and it was funnier because like it was more like It was more witty with how they communicated. They had to come up with silly ways to make them communicate. But there is a bug for going and unlocking Mad Eye Moody in that game. And he's in the basement of one of the Hogwarts special rooms. And if you stepped in the wrong spot, the achievement would glitch and would permanently lock that achievement from being completed, which means you would have to replay the entire game from scratch. And this is end game. And knowing that, and this was still in the, like, this was 2008. We were still using GameFAQs.com to be able to diagnose what was going on, right? So there was all the guides of like what not to do and 360p YouTube videos of like, don't step here, man. But Tom, you make a good point. Look, the Lego, I've always loved the Lego games until Lego the Skywalker Saga. I don't know if you played that 30, but that game was rough.
Yep.
What'd you think?
Well, I never pre-order. This is a motto of mine on my channel. Okay, no pre-orders, no day ones, no full price for a half-ass game. If you follow those rules right there, you'll be a much happier gamer.
Oh yeah. We can only hope that they're not shipping crap.
Well, there's already talks that it's unoptimized and it's going to have problems. I don't know if it's just for PC or if that's for console. But remember when Gotham Knights came out and everyone was like hating on that game because of 30 frames per second? Like, if this game is 30 frames per second, I don't see the internet exploding at this game. They owe an apology to Gotham Knights, okay? Because if they want 60 frames per second, they gotta ask for across the board. I think this game looks. I don't know if you watched the trailer for this game. The trailer was phenomenal. Like, they had what's it called? Seal, a song, like, was back Kissed by a Rose, and they had the whole compilation of what was going on in the game. I was like, I want this game now. Obviously, I'm not getting it right away, but it was like beautiful marketing for a Lego game. For a Lego game, I was more excited for this than I was for the other past. Gotham Knights, or what was the other one that came out? Suicide Squad.
You know what? Let me get this queued up. Let's watch it. I haven't watched the trailer yet, but I saw people talking about it.
You're gonna get dinged because of the music. So, you could cut it out
really?
Afterward. Yeah, because it's Kissed by the Rose version.
It's just yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, we could just clip that. It's fine. We got monetized. It's okay. Chat's been supporting us. You guys are helping out. If we get dinged for Seal,
you can just edit it, knock it out, erase the audio. You'll be fine.
Right. All right. So here we go. Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight.
It's crazy that everyone wanted the Batman games, and they made the best Batman game, and it's a Lego game.
Hand over the purse and the pearls.
All right, is this supposed to be like
every Batman game that's ever been created, all, like, every movie, every game, all in this one thing.
Real? Wait, so it's everything.
It's everything.
Every Batman ever. Yeah, it's to celebrate the entire of Batman's, like, legacy.
So it's all the Nolan movies.
Everything.
It's Nolan.
I feel stupid. I had no idea what we were doing.
It's it's the games.
They got the movies. It's the TV
like you're playing through the Batman movie.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. They reference everything.
Oh wow. Dude.
If you make yourself more than just a man, if you devote yourself to an idea, then you become something else entirely. And that is a legend, Mr. Wayne.
mind if I borrowed these?
Way I see it, all this stuff is yours anyway.
It was a bat, I tell ya! A bat!
You did all right in there, kid.
Oh, wow!
I just want to say this is one of the best. This is a hype trailer.
Oh yeah, 100%.
This is a trailer that gets you excited for this game. And it's
chills.
a Lego
like,
game.
You got chills when you hear the music going and all the nostalgia that goes in your brains from over the years. Yeah.
Yes. And it's like, oh my gosh, man. It's like, hey, remember Batman? Remember how Batman made you feel? Remember when it felt good to be a Batman fan?
I remember.
Remember Lego games? Remember Lego Batman? remember Lego Clayface? He looked so dumb.
The combat is the Batman combat from the from the trilogy. Like, it looks amazing for the combat.
I hope it's not too easy.
Well, here's where I'm concerned, because with it being that it's the combat of, I think the combat of the like Batman games in this can work, but I still hope it has those Lego elements of a Lego game, because one of the issues of the Skywalker saga was that it felt like a Star Wars game with just a Lego paint job. I hope this still takes the time to use the elements of it being a Lego game, because that's like, when you play a Lego game, it has a very specific gameplay to it. It has a very specific vibe to it. I hope this doesn't I hope they find a good compromise between the two elements than it just being, hey, this is a Batman game with a Lego paint job.
I watched a lot behind the scenes of like the director talking and stuff like that. And obviously I know they're advertising and marketing for it, but you could see when he was talking about it and then talking about how they made the game, you could tell like truly like he was like oozing with like enjoyment, that he's like, I can't wait for you guys to play it. And he goes over what you can do in the Batcave and what you can do and what suits you can unlock and all the other things. So it sounds really good. Hopefully, I think the only thing that could hurt it is the optimization. Hopefully the optimization is not bad.
Fingers crossed.
We're gonna have to wait and see, man. I want to see if yes.
Before you start playing it, we have Snarky to stink for a $49.99. Rebel Fake Wizard, dude, you are truly special making your content. You deserve all the winning.
Oh, we're never gonna stop winning. You're gonna get tired of all of the winning.
So much winning.
You're gonna do so much winning.
It's too much. It's too much winning. No, we need more.
Snarky, thank you for that. Thank you guys, man. This is awesome. What a great way to kick off. We finally got monetized, and you guys are awesome. Massive support here. This is great. I want to finish this out. I want to see what the world is, right? Because when I think of like the Skywalker saga, it was all of the movies, and then you had the overworlds that you could run around in. And the problem with that is I think I just thought that there was too much padding almost in the overworld to run around in, and it was also too easy. You never felt like there was ever really a threat. Whereas in the original Lego games, like you could die, and you don't die, but like it was at least a little bit more challenging. If you got blasted into bits, you'd lose your coins, and like that was annoying. But it was just a little bit more of a challenge. And the Skywalker saga is too easy, but also loaded in padded filler. So I don't know. I'm curious to see if we get more of the overworld.
He thinks he works alone, but there's always someone there by his side.
Meow.
I will take everything from you.
Get ready, Gotham, to have a cold heart like mine.
Shut up! I'm trying to sleep!
Here I come.
Did they really end on the Akira slide?
Was that Matt Berry
Wow.
as Bane?
I think it
don't know.
is.
It might be.
I think it is. Oh, dude, 30. You got to, but look, you got to pre-order. You got to get the other suits.
Yeah,
You're going to miss out.
No,
Well, that's the
don't
deluxe
pre-order.
edition. That's what, like $90?
Don't pre-order.
Yeah, it's like I think it's $90. It could be more. But yeah, no, that was a joke. Don't pre-order. Don't pre-order. That was just a joke.
That's my
transparency.
cancel Disney Plus. No pre-orders.
Yeah, no pre-orders. Try not to buy day one. Unfortunately, it is us, and we have to at least play them early to in order to properly cover them. But it is what it is for us.
Yeah, see, I don't
all
do game
right.
reviews, so
Yeah, we just started doing that over on the Fake Wizards channel, our third channel. So we have like proper. So we're doing because like I have the Real Life Fake Wizard, which is the main channel where I'm able to do like more commentary on things.
Mhm.
But like I still want to do reviews of things, but like that doesn't necessarily mean that the commentary is the review. So I'm like, all right, well, we'll just do a full just review channel instead. And that's our third channel. But yeah, man, Lego Batman. We'll see.
is
It's a few
probably-
days now.
It'll probably be the better thing that releases on the 22nd because that is the same day as The Mandalorian and Grogu.
oh boy.
So we got
What'll
it's a
sell
week
more?
away.
Lego Batman or I already know the answer.
Oh,
Mando or Grogu.
Lego Batman
100%.
Legacy of the Dark Knight will make more money,
More money,
profitably.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh,
one-
100%.
One absolutely. Absolutely, man.
You
But,
at Star
all right.
Wars, you have to look at that, right? You have to be like, we just got beat by a Lego game.
We talked about it on Culture Crossfire a couple days ago, man. There is a Mandalorian and Grogu Bath and Body Works set.
All right, dude, I'm telling you.
I'm gonna bring it up.
I'm telling you, when you pull up to the club wearing Force Flow, hey,
Is that what
hey,
it's called?
don't
Force Flow?
hate the player, hate the game. All right.
Look at it. We are on the Bath and Body Works website.
Oh, God.
There's a whole promo here for Mandalorian and Grogu. Ooh, that's way too loud.
Star
I-
Wars is literally the prostitute of just whatever. They just sell it out to anybody who wants it. Force.
Ooh.
Up, Tom. I thought you were making that up. I didn't know it was actually called Force
No,
Flow.
It's called
It's
Force Flow. When I pull up in Force Flow,
I
you
want to know who's
understand.
buying this.
Somebody comes
Who
up
is
to you to give you a
buying all
hug.
of this?
Are you wearing Force Flow?
Yeah, is that bounty hunter cologne I smell?
All of my homies are getting the Force Flow cologne
Oh my God.
for this holiday season.
Well, because for this holiday season, it will be clearanced down to $15.
I didn't want to point that
out.
out, Tom. I didn't want to ruin that. That was the surprise. You know,
What does
Oh,
Grogu
I-
smell
I'm
like?
sorry.
What does he smell like? He's got to be pungent, right? He's got to smell
Oh,
pretty.
it's like
I
lavender.
can't
and-
imagine he smells good.
Whoa! Actually, wait, go back down. All right, so we noticed that the nightlights are sold out. The Grogu loofah is sold out.
It wasn't 2 days ago. It wasn't.
It wasn't sold out. It is
They only
now
made
sold
two
out.
though. Only made two. That's why it's sold out.
That
Like,
was
I
the
can't
joke
believe we
I
sold-
I made.
I can't believe we sold two.
Wow.
I gotta lather myself
Oh.
in bounty hunter green.
Bounty Hunter body spray. What does it smell like? Like sweat? What is that?
You spray
Why?
it in the Mandalorian theme. The whistle plays.
Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum.
Yeah.
Come on,
Oh,
Tom,
I gotta
give us
put
the theme
this-
song on the kazoo. Give us the theme song on the kazoo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we won't get copyright claims if it's kazoo.
I gotta turn myself down because it's gonna be loud.
Oh no.
See how this goes.
I'm trying to remember it. All right, it's
You're on the main stage, bud.
no, not the main stage. It's the.
Yeah.
How does it go again? I can't remember. It's the.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Is this amateur hour? I'm gonna
it's the-
Pretty good. That's pretty good. Good job, Tom. That was good.
This is the most professional stream on the planet. That's all I have to say.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
'cause
instigated it. I instigated it.
It's not. It's not a continuous song. It's just boo, 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 boo. Like that is really all it is.
To be honest, though, I just said
Yeah.
it once, and he just picked it up right away. He's like, "Yeah, I'm doing it."
Yeah.
He was ready to go.
He didn't have to pressure him.
Remember, chat, always commit to the bit.
Yeah. Until we
Force
get
flow.
demonetized from it, commit to the bit.
There's no way they're gonna
It'd be so
demonetize you
funny
for
if
the
we got
kazoo.
hit for the kazoo.
There's no way.
I almost hope they do. Like, because then I can
Original.
talk about. I can be like,
Yeah.
Disney demonetized us. They copyright claimed the channel. They struck us. Well, why? He's playing the kazoo.
That's it.
All right, we got one more big story we got to talk about tonight. And I'm glad we have a panel here to really dig into this. And that is GTA 6 makes Maker AI GTA 6 Maker Eyes AI to cut rising game costs. So this is coming to us. We're reading. This is the Australia version, but they speak English and we could read English, so that's fine. The creators of Grand Theft. No. It'll be a mess. The creators of Grand Theft Auto 6 are looking to artificial intelligence as a way to reduce the soaring cost of developing modern video games. Take-Two Interactive, the parent company behind the highly anticipated title, said the enormous investments required for blockbuster games only make sense for the industry's biggest franchises. GTA 6 is widely expected to become the most expensive entertainment product ever created, with estimated development and marketing costs projected to range between $1 billion and $1.5 billion ahead of its planned 2026 release. I want to pause right here because there's one thing I want to point out. So this is saying that it's going to be the most expensive product ever made. I do think there is a possibility, and I know this is crazy that these estimated numbers are incorrect, and it goes over $2 billion because the safest bet is $1 billion. The more realistic expectation is that GTA 6 is a $2 billion game. For how many years it's been in development, for how much marketing is going into it, they have a whole they have an entire town of employees working on this thing. This is going to be the biggest game ever made, or it needs to be, because it's meant to be a producer for another, 15 years between the last game and now? When did it come out? 2015?
2013.
2013. So yeah, about 15 years.
Right? Was it 2013 or 2012?
I believe it was 13. Yes.
Yeah. 14 years. So that's a lot. And so I don't know. What do we think? Is this do we think it is going to land this year?
I want to say yes, just because they delayed it twice already. It was supposed to come out in November. They pushed it to May, and then pushed it from May to November. Everything goes to plan, whatever that plan is. I think it comes out this year. And when it comes out, it will not only make all of their money back for the $1.5 to $2 billion in less than a week. It'll be the biggest, most pre-ordered game. It'll be the most day one game. It'll be the most week one, month one, year one. It'll break every single record that's out there, hands down. If you like it or not, that's what's going to happen.
Do you think there's a possibility it goes over $80 or lands at $80? Where do you think we're gonna stick?
You want to go, Tom?
You go ahead. Because
Okay.
I'm thinking about it.
I think they go with 70. Okay. I think what they do is they do 70. And then if you want the online, because remember, Grand Theft Auto 5 was all included, right? The online and the game. So the single player game and the online was all included. But then down the road, they just sold just the online, right? They were just selling the online access for it for, I think it was like $20 or $30. So I think they make the single player game 70, and maybe if you pre-order it or whatever, you get access to online, maybe to push that. But if you buy it afterwards, maybe you just get the 30. So it would be like $100 to get the single player and the online. But if you just want the single player, maybe it's 70. That's kind of my guess. Hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully it's just $70 and it's all inclusive. You know what I mean?
Right. I think it's just too hard to speculate now. However, like I think it's too hard to speculate. Will it be over 100? Will it be 150? I think, unfortunately, because we just learned that this is like we're constantly learning. And we just saw that the shareholders were able to pressure Nintendo into raising the price on the Switch 2. We've seen that shareholders have been a real thorn in the side of Sony and Xbox, and that, shareholders have the ability to force these companies to go higher with their pricing. I think there's a reality where they're going to say the base is $80. The baseline you could release your game is $80, or we're going to revolt. So we're seeing where GTA is very unlikely to be a $70 game, even though it would sell more units at $70.
At $60. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, you'd make more money.
Yeah, the industry would lose their mind.
You'd have the collapse. If this game dropped and it was $60, the entire industry would fold because everybody else is not going to be able to compete with that. You think EA is going to put out games for $60 again? No chance. They should, but they won't.
They're going to make their money back online regardless. So through shark cards or whatever else they're going to do. So,
like, you would make so much more money if you got this game accessible to everybody. But they're like, no, well, we want the extra $10. We want the extra $20 for at the baseline point. But you're going to make an impossible to fathom number of dollars on the online services, which is going to be loaded into this game. So there is no reason for it to not be accessible. You will make your money back. So
my only concern, real quick, my only concern with Grand Theft Auto is that because PlayStation, they have the marketing rights, supposedly. They've always had really the marketing rights. Because there's so many people that are still on PlayStation 4 that are playing Grand Theft Auto 5 and they haven't moved over, to get those people to buy the console to come over, and it's not going to be on PC day and date, supposedly, right? Because it's never been. Maybe they changed that because of the situation they're in. But how are they going to get those sales? Regardless, it's going to be the most selling, piece of game in the first year, first week, first month. How are they going to get those sales when majority of the population is still on older consoles? Like 48% are still on Xbox, the old Xbox. 58% are still on the old PlayStation, right? So and it's not on PC. So where are they saying? Remember, Grand Theft Auto came out on the 360 and the PlayStation 3, and then moved over to the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation and the Xbox One, and then it moved over to this current gen, and it was on PC. So they were like double dipping, triple dipping, quadruple dipping as they went throughout the years, and then there was the online.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be hard to speculate. But what we do see here is that AI is coming into the equation. The company said such massive spending is increasingly difficult to sustain, prompting it to explore whether AI could help lower production costs for games that are smaller in scale than the hugely successful GTA franchise. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick said the company cannot continue dealing with exponential or even steady linear increases in production expenses. Bull. I don't buy it. I actively disagree. This company makes tons of profit. This is, again, here we have another company that's like, oh, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Please, we're Grand Theft Auto. Please give us $1.
Wizard,
we're Take-Two Interactive.
Wizard, this is a small indie company. There's only 5 people working on this.
What's the profit on Take-Two? Because it's a lot.
Well, here it says Rockstar's massive revenue drive of Grand Theft Auto 5 alone generating $8.6 billion in revenue since 2013.
8.6 billion. That's like $5 trying to buy something at McDonald's. That's not enough. We need. That's
not even.
We're bleeding out here. We're bleeding out here.
It says here cash flow with reports indicating it makes over $1 million daily, and as of April 2026 has topped $5 billion lifetime in revenue in shark cards.
Oh, $1 million daily. Oh, please help. We're
Please,
just a
sir.
poor little indie company.
We can't even order from the dollar menu. That's how poor we are over here. We need help.
Could you imagine making $1 million a day on a single game and then saying, oh, well, we can't handle the exponential or even steady linear increase in production expenses? Oh, no.
Real quick, and N2F. No, it's since 2013, not just in 2013. They didn't make $8.6 billion just in 2013. No, that's since 2013.
Yeah. It's just, but it's clearing, $1 million a day, which is insane. All right, so everyone puts pressure on everyone, ourselves included. At the same time, we want to create bigger hits, and we are prepared to take the appropriate risks to achieve that. While GTA remains Take-Two's largest franchise, the publisher also owns major gaming brands, including BioShock and Borderlands. They also own a lot of other things. They own, I believe, they own some sports games too. So I think they do. But here, this is a really interesting thing that they would point this out. So BioShock, we know, has been on ice for years,
Decades. We're over a decade.
Yeah, it's been on ice since 2013. So we haven't gotten anything new from BioShock since 2013. You can only remake the games once, or remaster them once. You could try to do another remaster, but it's not going to matter, right? Because it's the same thing over and over again. And then Borderlands, we know, had a lot of problems. That game it's going to take a little while for that game to really make the money that it was expected to with Borderlands 4 from last year. So that's also got a lot of tech problems. Then I believe they were discontinuing specific expansions that they were supposed to be having for it, like moving it to the Switch 2. I don't think that ever happened. That never panned out. Zelnick said there is a limit to how much those franchises can continue to grow if development costs remain high. What are you talking about? You haven't done anything with BioShock. It's 13 years, no BioShock.
Hey, it costed us money to port it over from one console to the next, okay? It was so hard to do.
Oh, do you want more BioShock? It's also, mind you, even with AI, it would still take us another decade to develop the next game. It'll take another decade. If they were to start BioShock 4 right now, it would take them 12 years minimum. Minimum 12 years to get anything, because everything takes forever now, and nothing is ever a satisfying conclusion. Like, that's the biggest problem. Everything's always a prologue, a setup for something else. Something in the DLC, we're going to answer that, or we're going to get to it later, and then never shows up. It's the same thing in movies with that. Same thing with gaming. It really means that we're going to have to be smarter about how we do things, or certain titles can't be made. They're not making anything else.
They haven't made a Grand Theft Auto in 14 years.
Even Red Dead 2 was 2018.
Yeah.
Red Dead 2 was 2018, and it was also $60.
We're talking, okay, but that was also
8 years. That was 8 years after the last one.
8 years ago. Well, even now, it was 8 years ago. Like, Red Dead 2, we're going to be going on the decade very soon. Just a couple years, it'll be 10 years from Red Dead 2, but we're still talking about it as if that's the newest thing from Rockstar, as if that's the newest thing from this company, because it is. He added that the company's strategy is not to reduce the quality, length, or depth of games for consumers. Yeah, okay. Certainly, our bet is not going to be to give consumers less. Our bet is not going to be make games lighter, shorter, worse. Instead, Zelnick expressed hope that emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence could improve efficiency across game development. He also described GTA 6 as an expensive project, although Take-Two has not publicly disclosed the game's actual budget. Yeah, except we've got some insiders who've very much hinted that it's close to $2 billion. According to Zelnick, his long-term ambition is to provide game developers with unlimited financial and creative resources by making greater use of technologies like AI. Unfortunately, we know how this goes. Companies often say, like, "Hey, we're gonna bring in AI to like cut costs and make things more efficient," and then they find a way to still go over budget anyway. Like,
yeah,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah, but what are they going to use AI for? Right? What are they going to do it for? the background, like the plants on the side of the road, the buildings, the levels, like what the voice acting, what are they doing? The way the NPCs move from point A to point B.
I wish I had a better idea, because right now I kind of don't. I don't know what they would do. We know that we know that by use of certain AI like Claude, you're able to actually develop games in the AI console. Meaning, like, you can hook the Claude AI into things like Unity and Blender, and you can describe what you want to design in Blender, and it'll just make it.
So instead of an actual guy coming in 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, working on horse testicles like they did in Red Dead Redemption 2, now the guy comes in for 4 hours a day, types into Claude, make horse testicles, and then it just makes the horse testicles for them. I got it.
That's right. Which also means that your job could expand from, instead of doing, like this is where we're really, this is radical now. Instead of doing a single pair of horse testicles and then it's copy pasted. Now we could have a variety of different sizes and shapes of horse testicles. The future's here, folks.
Yeah, the future is here. It's here and it's now.
The future's looking bright.
We don't have flying cars, but we can replicate horse testicles like that.
That's it.
We got the most hyper fixated horse balls you can imagine.
Yeah, that's progress, man. What a mess. But yeah, all right. So they're gonna look into AI. This really isn't super groundbreaking as much as I had hoped they would dive into it. They're just like, hey, we're Take-Two. We're like every other mega corporation right now. We're very much excited to see what AI allows us to do, and if it allows us to cut people.
Well, here's a question for both of you guys and chat. Would you guys care if, let's say, GTA 6 uses AI? Everyone gives crap for a picture in Crimson Desert that's on the wall, or another game that uses just AI for something, right? Or Expedition 33, and they go off the chain with it. If Grand Theft Auto uses AI, do you think anyone cares? Do you think anyone cares? Because they want this game so bad. Do you think they care?
So what I think there is going to be, you are going to hear people online complain about it and try to make it a big deal. But I think it is going to be that the normies are still so locked in on it. All of that negative, like those comments, is going to just fly past them. They're just gonna keep on walking to GameStop to be picking it up. It's not going to be able to be enough of a deterrent to get people to stop playing. They're going to like drag their feet to be like, oh, well, I'm not happy that they're using AI, but like this game is going to be the biggest like FOMO game of, it's like, you need to have it day one because it's GTA 6. You have to have it day one. Right. You know how long we've been waiting for this? So the other thing with it too is that this game has been in development for over a decade. You know, they've been working on this seemingly for over a decade. From what it is right now, I imagine that if they are implementing AI, it is only for finishing touches, where it really would be a little bit hypocritical to be like, oh, AI completely made this game. It's like, no, this game has already been made. All it would be doing is doing like last minute touches and finishes, realistically, unless they still need to do big parts, which you guys are running out of time. There's this is supposed to be releasing when? You know, I can't see them using AI for anything like bigger than like detailing or textures or like maybe even lighting and stuff like that. That's where I could see it being implemented.
I'm gonna make the prediction. Let's say hypothetically GTA 6 does have AI in it, and let's say it gets caught. Let's say it is a picture on the wall that gets caught.
Okay.
It's going to be the game that breaks the access media in the way that they report on it, but they stop taking a position as if AI is a bad thing. And it's going to be the thing that normalizes AI.
I was just going to say, this is the normalized. You're the frog in the pot, and this is the one that boils you to. This is it.
This is it.
I agree with
this
that.
is that big that the sensibilities of being anti-AI will go away with, because that's the corporations are waiting for something to finally do that so that they could go all in. You know, even we just had Disney, right? They had a Star Wars show a couple weeks ago, the Maul show, and at the end, Vader shows up. Spoilers, it doesn't matter. Show's not that good. Vader shows up at the end, and he says nothing. He doesn't speak. Darth Vader.
Does he breathe?
The guy who, despite having the whole breathing apparatus problem, is a drama queen. You know, Vader's a drama queen. He talks. He's a talker. He likes to egg on the people that he's fighting to put them off guard, to put them on the back foot. So for Vader to show up and fight Sidious's original apprentice, a guy that he met as a kid, and say nothing, it's entirely out of character. And the reason for that is because it would be AI, and they didn't want to they don't want to put the toe in the pool of using AI anymore. Everybody's afraid, but everybody wants to do it. And if GTA is the thing, it could be the thing that kicks the door down.
It's the Trojan horse.
Yeah, it could be the Trojan horse. Yeah. All right, hey, I see here. Darth Morgoth the second. The show is good. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you enjoy it. I hope you really enjoy it. That show is a prologue that ends on a setup for a story that should have been told in that season. Okay, so I'm glad you like it, but I am sick and tired of setup shows that never pay off. But all right, gentlemen, we have got to go back to chat and talk to the people.
Okay, let's get over to it. Let's see. Where'd we leave off? I believe Decepticon for a 5. What franchise would you like to see get a Lego video game?
That's a good question.
Good question. It's a very
I'm going to go with Transformers for 500, Bob.
That's a good one.
Transformers would be cool. I'd love to see a Lego Godzilla game. That'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, that'd be good.
Playing as Godzilla, where you just destroy all the cities, but it's all Lego bricks. You could have a lot of fun with that.
You know that's not what the game would be. It would be playing as the humans on the ground.
I'm well
you
aware.
know it.
Yeah,
and it would be like it would be like 5-second intervals where you actually do the monster fights at the end of each level.
No, it would be that, and then you'd have the mission where they build Mechagodzilla, and that's you run around as Mechagodzilla. That would be it.
Yeah, but also to be specific, you wouldn't want it to be the MonsterVerse. You would want it to be the classic.
Oh no, I would. In the same, I would love if they did a Godzilla one. I would love for it to be like the Batman, where it's everything from 1954 to have it bracketed off at 2004 with Final Wars. Have it be the old, from the Showa era to the Millennium era. That would be amazing.
I would say I'm going to be controversial. I think the Dark Souls games.
Lego Dark Souls?
Lego Bloodborne.
I was actually going to say, before I said Transformers, I want to say John Wick. You know how they have the adult collection for like the Lego for adults? They should have the Lego adult game, but it's John Wick, and there's actually like blood and stuff that happens. You just have the whole franchise of John Wick in Lego form.
I would love that. Yeah, because you could be violent with that because it's just the Legos.
Yeah, it's just Legos.
Because it's Legos, yeah.
Oh, man, that would be awesome. That would be cool. That's a great question.
Gotta love Lego games.
We
got Rangev248 for a 5. Remember Lego James Bond? We were so close, but Warner Brothers pulled the plug. You should still be able to find the leaked trailer clips.
I don't remember that. I should.
I don't remember Lego James Bond.
I kind of vaguely have. I feel like I've heard of that before, but I certainly haven't seen it.
I have to assume it had to have been like off the cusp of Lego Indiana Jones. I don't think it would have been after those, because they went in a very specific. It went in a very specific direction after because you had after the Harry Potters, you had the what else? You had the Jurassic Park trilogy, where it was the
that was good.
That was good.
Jurassic World one was a really good game.
Yeah,
you had the Lord of the Rings, you had the Hobbit,
right.
Yeah, I assume it would have been in the same timeline as like around the Indiana Jones one, but no, I did not know they were going to do a James Bond.
It looks like, at least from this, I don't know if it's real or not. It looks like it's a whole thing of like sort of like the Batman game where they do all little things from all the James Bond's eras.
Oh, that would have been cool.
I got to see. Is there? Can we find it? I'll pull it up.
Pull it up. Pull it
There's
up.
a 51 second
Remake.
leaked. Here, I can. Can I? I'm pulling up. Real fast.
Wow. Here, I think I got it.
You got it. Yeah, that's it.
I think this is it.
The name's
It's like 50 seconds. Yeah, 47 seconds.
James Bond.
Oh,
I gotta mute that. we're gonna play on mute for this one. It's got real music in it. Yeah, I mean, this looks legit.
Yeah, it looks like it's taken from a whole bunch of different eras.
And this, the style of this would have probably been like 2017, 2018 Lego.
Yeah. That would have been cool, man. Lego. We get.
I'm more excited about that than I am about the First Light one that's coming out.
You know what? That's funny. Can I let me say I'm cautiously optimistic for the First Light game. I have this funny feeling it might be good, and here's why. Because it's Amazon, and Amazon desperately wants to win in media, in gaming and in movies. And so we just had Project Hail Mary, which was also Amazon. We had The Sheep Detectives, which was Amazon, and it was really good. I think the marketing failed that film, which, by the way, take the family. You're like, seriously, you would all love it. Sheep Detectives rocks. But they want to do the same thing with Bond. So there's a chance it could be good. But we'll see. Dennerist 860 for a 10 banger says BlackRock owns EA, Bethesda, Rockstar, Roblox, Disney, Paramount, Sony, Capcom, hijack games to corrupt society via DEI, mental illness normalization. I can't read the rest of these. CEO of okay, is that a coincidence, Wizard? You know what I can say? BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, Blackstone. Yikes! Blackstone is the one that buys up all the housing. Yeah, we have a BlackRock and a Blackstone. There's two of them. There's two of them, and they both do nearly the same thing. Those investment companies are bad news. They are extremely bad news, and they cause a lot of the problems of our world today, man. Norm Al Man for a 5 says, I like the Skywalker saga, but the post-game sequel content seemed a bit too far. It seemed like they made up a whole movie to extend the game. Unfortunately, I very much agree. When I played that game, I started with the sequels just because I was like, I want to get these over with. I want to enjoy the rest of the game, like the real game, and that's the 6 films. But I just kind of rushed through, and I didn't really. I actually got to the end of Last Jedi and was like, I'm done. I didn't like it.
But also the whole way that they had the planets set up, instead of it actually just being it's like you have to go find the mission on said planet, so you have to go from planet to planet. I didn't like how they set it up.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. Robin 10 for a 10 banger says, why no membership gifting? I suspect Steam Machine fills a big space for tourist gamers that don't want an expensive PC and are tired of PS and Gamebox taxes. After GTA 6, no more PlayStation for me. Yeah, no, I mean, look, if I have to be a tourist for the Steam Machine, I will be a tourist for the Steam Machine because that's how I want to play PC games again. I can't, my current setup. See, that's the other part of it. It's like, yeah, all right, okay, I could spend $3,000 on a gaming PC, maybe more, right? If I go to Costco and I get a gaming PC, I'm looking at like $3,000 for a good enough one, or $600, $800, maybe even $1,000 for a Steam machine, and its only job is to allow me to be able to play my PC games. I'm kind of okay with that. So, like, for somebody like me, my circumstances have changed since they first announced it. Now I'm like, I'm in the market. Now I want this thing. So thank you for that. And with that, you guys, man, what a show. Let me just say, man, what a show we had here today. We peaked at over 600 people watching. There was over 600 people watching our show across the internet. You guys are incredible. This has been awesome. We're gonna keep doing it. We got a show tomorrow morning. We're back. We're back Thursday morning for Culture Crossfire. Then we'll be on Friday Night Tights over on Nerdrotic on Friday, and then Tom and I are doing Saturday morning cartoons. How about Saturday morning we do Fake Cast with the Wizards? So we'll be doing that on Saturday at I think 9 a.m. So we'll be back then. And yes, we are monetized on YouTube. Yes, memberships are on the way. I don't know why they're not enabled yet, but they will be here very soon, I'm sure. But by our next stream, we'll have memberships active. So then you could turn the chat a little more green then. And we're happy to be here. 30, what do you got going on, my man? Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I have a channel called 30 and Still Gaming where I play video games. Actually going to do that right now, playing some State of K2 with my brother. You can come over and hang out with us there. But my main channel is 30NSG, like the name down below, where I do a morning show Monday through Thursday from 10 o'clock in the morning till noon Eastern. We just cover news stories, have conversations, come on by. It's like being at my house, and we're just BSing while we're talking about gaming.
You're going live now?
Yeah, about like 10 minutes or so after I'm done here. I'll turn on my 30 and Still Gaming channel.
Do you want to cue it up so I could raid you?
Or
we could we could put the links in the chat if you're not ready to go.
Yeah, because I have to go do something. Yeah, I can't do it right.
All right, so we'll put the links in the guys. The links are in the chat and in the description of the video. Go check out 30NSG. He does live streams, I think, nearly every day, right?
Yeah, Monday through Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a great way to stay informed on. I usually lurk in the background on your shows. Yeah, I'm usually lurking there.
I'm second screen. I know where my place is.
Well, mostly it's because it's the mornings and it's the day, so it's the work day. So it's I keep it on in the background here. But hey, we got Robin 10 dropping a 10 banger, says love the success. I'm real life fake wizard cult for life. Acolyte for life, because it's the wizard acolytes, man. But all right, so we're having a lot of fun, guys. That is going to do it for us here. Go check out 30 NSG, and we'll be back with you tomorrow morning for Culture Crossfire. All right, toodles.